Hey folks, this is Fernando doing another video for Modern Survivalist. I was just checking the news about what's going on in Argentina. There's quite a bit of trouble in the city of Cordoba, which is the second largest city in Argentina. I actually lived in Cordoba for 2 years some time ago. It's a pretty big city, nice place, but it's, as of right now, complete chaos and the anarchy all over the city. You see some of the things happening, looting, just picking apart stores, supermarkets, even smaller stores are being sacked and looted. Everything, shelves completely picked clean. They don't just pick clean the places. They don't just loot them. They burn them down. There's widespread anarchy all over the city. This started basically because the police of the city of Cordoba went on strike, demanding for better salaries. They're looking for, I think it's like 10,000 or 13,000 pesos a month, which is roughly $1,000, $1,200 per month. Now it's surprising that they didn't manage to come to an agreement with Cordoba police. It's obvious that when the police goes on strike, this is what ends up happening. It's been a night of terror for everyone in Cordoba. All over the province, actually, there's reports of violence all over the province. This is an interesting video. In the downtown area of Cordoba, you see one of these guys. I think it's actually that one. It's a criminal that got picked by the neighbors, the same neighbors defending themselves. They beat up this guy over here, and everyone later starts cheering, and yeah, that's not pretty. The neighbors themselves started building barricades so as to protect themselves from looters. It's not a pretty picture at all. It's actually quite the opposite. Well, there's more news in Spanish. De la Sota. It's really a shame to see these things, because the image of the country goes backward quite a bit. Many neighbors and store owners defend their property with anything they have. A nickel-plated old revolver. This is some of the images of many of these stores are actually pretty small. They're not big at all, just small neighborhood stores. And the people doing the looting many times are neighbors themselves, that they know the store owners. But it's this idea of getting away with anything that makes people do these things. People that wouldn't otherwise dare steal or loot, as soon as the police goes on strike, they show their true colors, and this is what we see. They've been attacking people as well. So all in all, it's a climate of lots of violence in the streets of Cordoba. And as it starts getting darker right now, which it's going to be soon enough, it's going to be another night of overall looting and chaos. There's no banks, there's no police, of course, there's no public transportation, there's no school. Everything is in lockdown in the city. You see people just filling up the carts. So far, one dead and several, at least 200 injured people, as far as I know, according to the latest reports. But you see, like this piranha effect of everyone going at the same time and picking. This is very typical of when looting becomes out of control, comes out of control. And people in the same neighborhood, as they see some of the other guys getting away with stealing, they start approaching little by little, and then they start picking themselves. You see some more people little by little approaching. Some of the store owners, again, have been able to defend their businesses, their property, by doing the typical thing of taking the roofs and posting guard over there. There's been several shootings. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more injured, at least, if not more dead. You know, the windows broken and such. Very, very classic. The same shopping cart being used. There's also a lot of people saying that what's actually happened as well is that even people with money, with fancy or expensive 4x4 vehicles, they're going to these places and loading up with big screen TVs, washing machines, also sorts of electric appliances. There's even been looting in car dealerships, so they're stealing motorcycles as well, cars. It's overall chaos pretty much across Cordoba. And again, this thing of when people realize they can get away with anything, they go nuts. There's been lots of articles about how many of these folks are actually bragging about what they're doing online. Here we see, I don't know if this looks more like a barricade made by by some of the people. Yeah, that would be correct. You see here the store closed with a curtain rolled down, a guy there in the roof, and you see one here with a shovel, and here with a rifle, with a scoped rifle. These guys are obviously protecting their neighborhood. So yeah, there's also looting in other places of Argentina as well. I'm reading just right now actually of this. It's happening also in Gleu, which is in Buenos Aires. A group of people taking advantage of a temporary blackout. Blackouts and lights going out is very common, especially this time of the year, and giving the general the general chaos, they take advantage of it. So there's a little bit of looting going on in Buenos Aires as well, in Bariloche, which is down south, which is kind of a shame. Bariloche is very nice, but there's really no place that is completely safe when things start getting this way. More images of the looting. No, it's such a shame that many of these folks don't have any sort of, the bigger places probably do, but some of the smaller ones, they don't even have insurance. It's not that common for some of the smaller stores, some of the smaller shops to have insurance. Wow, completely empty. They picked it clean almost. So many of these don't even have insurance for what has happened, and they're basically losing their businesses. For those guys, the only option is protecting their property as best as they can. Some police officers are obviously trying to do their best. In spite of the strike, it seems that some are at least doing what they can so as to protect people. But with most of the force on strike, there's really not much that can be done until the situation is fixed. Especially some of the more special tactical groups of the police. Those would be like the more dedicated guys. Those are maybe doing their best to keep control of the things, of the problems. Grupo ETER, special. It would be like a local SWAT guy arresting someone over there. I wouldn't want to be caught. And here are all the cops on strike. So all these cops are waiting so as to get their salaries raised, while a small group of them do their best so as to control things. Again, the same special group, the same special tactical group, ETER. And again, more pictures of looting. It's pretty sad actually. In Cordoba, it's a nice place, but man, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, they just break in again like ants or piranhas. They just storm the place and just take anything they can. So you see, all these things are when they go down, at least I notice that they're very similar. When chaos erupts it really doesn't matter if it's in downtown Chicago or in downtown Cordoba. It's madness everywhere. It's extremely violent. Everything is looted. Every store, every small shop or big, doesn't matter if you're Walmart or if you're a small mom and pop shop. You're at Target, and these guys break in, loot everything. There's overall violence, and it is unfortunate. My advice, if you're ever caught in something like this, just stay put, stay in your home, and hopefully you have listened to some of the advice online, especially some of the one that I've given. You have something to defend yourself in case it becomes necessary. The person that got killed, got shot, 20-year-old guy in a motorcycle. The person that dropped him didn't leave any ID. In general, this is a huge assumption. In general, when family drops you in a hospital and they leave without leaving any ID of who they are, so as to contact them, it's probably because they don't want to be found because of some reason. There's a chance that this person that got killed was probably looting with his motorcycle driving around. Stay put. The best advice I could give anyone that is facing something like this is just stay put, lock everything, and wait until things calm down. Eventually, they always do. So there's no reason in risking it. More pictures of looting. This is just being evil. You already looted the place. Why do you have to spread gas and burn everything down? Or as you see here, all of this is mostly food that they're going after. Stuff like big screen TVs and electric appliances. Here you have some of the neighbors in the roofs with a shotgun. Guys in Cordoba are mostly armed. It's a pretty, hunting is pretty big in Cordoba, so it's not strange to see someone with a good scope rifle and probably knows how to shoot it as well. So it's a good idea to not go there. I see a double-barrel shotgun there. this one is actually pretty funny. Look at this old, what is that? An old Versa? Seems like it, but it's not 22. It's like a 380. Probably 380, not even 9mm, and double-barrel shotgun over here. And well, at least they have something. Look at the great trigger control. Remember the old times though. Some of these guys, while all their other partners are on strike, they still go out there. You have to appreciate their effort in protecting the citizenships. In spite of many others just waiting until they get a raise and letting the city burn, some of them do their job. So you cannot put all cops in one same bag. Never. You can never do that, because some of them are actually doing it because of a calling, and they honestly believe in what they do. And those guys deserve the respect in spite of some of them not being in the same level. More looting, how they open it up like a can, it's pretty amazing. And the cleanup afterwards. So guys, yes, it's pretty crazy over there in Cordoba, Argentina. And really nothing you can do about it. Again, if you're ever caught in something similar to this, and there's always going to be little variations depending on where it's happening and how bad it gets and such. In general, it's a few days at most of anarchy, in which you definitely don't want to be out in the street, because it really doesn't matter if you get beaten up because you get attacked by some of these looters gone mad, or if it's a racially motivated thing. I mean, one way or another, someone cracks your skull open, you're still you're still pretty much dead anyway. So avoid being out there exposed to violent. Doesn't matter really what causes it. If it's violence on the street, try avoiding it by all means. So guys, just showing you what's happening in my beloved Argentina. Unfortunately, this is a little bit newsworthy because it's very much widespread all over Cordoba, which is, it's pretty noticeable. I mean, there's really no store they haven't attacked, it seems. They've gone, you know, complete anarchy all over the city. But a little bit of looting here and there is really not uncommon in Argentina in general, especially in the summer. It seems that people get a little bit more excited, and you know, just life in Argentina. So guys, as always, take care, have a great day, and see you in our next video. Take care.